I mean, this is the second year the NBA's had the shorter preseason. Have you found it in your first year as a head coach? Have you found it enough time to get organized? Like, would you be in the let's have another week category?
Well, I think when there was another week, we always felt like we didn't have enough time, and now that there's not, we don't feel like we have enough time. I think it's just kind of general preseason feelings. But I mean, listen, I feel good about where we are. We've had to go out there and play a couple times. I know they're preseason games, but we're okay. You haven't even put in some out of bounds plays and things, and believe it or not, they figure out how to get the ball from out of bounds to inbounds and some things like that. So we're okay. We're okay. We're working hard at putting a lot of things in here in this last week, and we'll be ready to play.
How do you treat this back to back? I presume Tuesday would be sort of or Wednesday would be maybe as close as you go with a real lineup or real minutes, I suppose.
Yeah, we're gonna, obviously Wednesday, the first part of the back to back is what we'll focus on because it's next, and they'll be a little fresher and all that kind of stuff. And I would imagine we're not going to force a lot of our veterans to play a back-to-back in the preseason after a long travel night. So, again, it'll be, one really good look with some extended minutes in Montreal and then a chance probably in New Orleans to see the young guys one last time before other cuts and stuff.
How much are some of your combinations crystallizing? You said you were throwing stuff out there like, let's try this, let's try that. Are some of the let's try like this might work, and some of the let's try like just forget about this?
Well, so far there's some things that have emerged to me that I really like. There's not a lot I haven't liked, right? But there's some things that obviously that have stuck out a little bit that I like, and we'll continue to ride through there. I don't think I'm done looking at combinations, and I don't think there's going to be much of a set thing at the start, especially. I think there'll be some different starting lineups, and I think there'll be some, which therefore means there'll be some different second units, and we'll roll from there.
How much have you found that you say to yourself or said to yourself right now, you know what? I really like that one. I'm going to keep it in my back pocket because this could be really good when I need it.
Well, yeah, I think so, Jonesy. I think I see some things that I like, and I obviously got a couple in the back of my head that might be historical, right? There might be some historical data there that we haven't shown as well, but again, I'm kind of still open-minded and still where we're at, and we realize that when the games come that there's some main guys that play a starting rotation and play 32 to 35 minutes, and we know how to get to those numbers.
How much of this so far has gone according to script, right? Like, in other words, when you sat down a couple of weeks before training camp and said, "This is how we're going to use this game. This is how we're going to use this game," or have you been sort of? I guess that's the question. Is it sort of been scripted?
Yeah, so far it has. I think obviously the first one you get excited for, guys want to play and see what it's like, and pretty happy with kind of all the way through how everybody played, and then was super happy with what happened in Utah in the first half, right? I mean, we played our main guns, and they played their main guns, and we showed some really big signs, I think, growth on the defensive end that night. Wasn't as happy, obviously, with the second, third, and fourth units. I mean, we got 4 units now in preseason, right? And that's those guys should always perform because they're always being evaluated, right? So they should always perform. They're fighting for minutes, they're fighting for contracts, they're fighting for positions, or even fighting for which team they might be on, right? So and then the Australian game is kind of typical. The home against the international thing will sit out a number of guys, and now here we are with 2 to go.
With just 5 games, is enough time to make decisions? I mean, on roster spots, are guys getting enough of a look, or is it more about what's happening in practice and stuff?
Yeah, I think that it all matters, but I think the one nice thing that we have is, right, we kind of have 9 guys that were in the rotation last year back, maybe 10, and we added a couple guys, and we know those guys are pretty good players, so it's not like if we said, okay, here's our rotation starting tomorrow, that I think it'd be just fine, right?
I think part of this week, maybe reintegrating OG and kind of figuring out how he fits in all this as well?
Yeah, for sure. I think a big part of Wednesday will be getting him in the mix and all that kind of stuff, and seeing it. And again, that's where we're at here with 3s and 4s and who's playing. Those 3, 4, 5 spots are really what we're rotating around. We've already kind of established that Kyle DeLon, Fred DeLon and Fred, those guys can both play 1-2 together or whatever, and so I think just getting, for instance, if Kawhi and OG are on the floor together, hopefully they're going to be interchangeable at the 3-4. Shouldn't really matter much, right? Who's playing 4 on offense, who's playing 4 on defense. It shouldn't matter much, and they should be, depending on what happens, like where they squirt out of the possession. One of them might run to the corner, and one of them might be in the trail spot or whatever it is, and it's pretty interchangeable.
How close is Pascal to being?
And Pascal, there's another one.
Pretty like you see him and Kawhi and OG. Sort of
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Pascal's been great. I think that could happen. We haven't gone. I don't think we've gone to that yet, have we? We showed Pascal at the 5 yet. I don't think we have. So it could happen, right? It could happen, but we got three guys playing pretty well at the 5 right now. So I think we're okay.
Did Norm go